Motion is passed. Minutes have been approved. Do we have any agenda additions? Any correspondence or public comment? Any old business? Okay, going to the new business, we have the Executive Order 72-6 amended. Michael, do you want to wait for your report and go over anything for that?
I can just wait till director's report.
Thank you.
If I may, just to let you know, on the agenda, it says 6th amended. What I attached is 7th amended. I apologize for that. We are currently in the 6th amended version, so I can distribute that. And that's what was, it began on the 29th of April. So that's what we're in now. And the 7th amended version of Executive Order 72, it will begin and is effective the 15th of May. So with the COVID updates, then that will be shared with the director's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Payne.
Go ahead, Garland.
My question is, I'm not sure I'm clear on these virtual meetings and how long they have to persist. I realize this stuff's coming down out of Richmond, but they've opened up so many more things. 100 people for social gatherings, 50 people for other events, and I'm wondering why we're still constrained to have our commission meetings done virtually. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the interface with the other members of the commission. And my personal opinion is I can't see any reason why we should have to extend these virtual meetings beyond today's meeting. And I'm open to feedback.
Well,
I just will point out that we did have 38 attendees or invitees for this meeting. Room 101 has the capacity to hold 24 comfortably because we're still bound by the 6-foot social distance and also for mask wearing. So we do have a sort of a hybrid meeting today, and of course we've had to change that a little bit. So we're still working through some technology changes with room 101 that we likely need in order to be able to host the meeting very well and reliable internet for that meeting. If there's a way that we can do it hybrid and to be able to help with the members, and it's similar to the way that they do with city council, if the members would like to meet in person and we have another means, to limit either the number of liaisons that come or the citizens in the room, then we can help with that. And anything that you needed to add, Michael?
Sure, I'll just tack on there. Garland, I completely agree with you, Garland. I miss the face-to-face interaction and the camaraderie. I would say that the hybrid meetings, due to our technology challenges, is difficult when you have some people calling in and some people in person. So the decision pretty much was to either do all hybrid or all in person. But with our capacity restrictions, that's limited us for all in person. Now, that being said, as of today's announcement by the governor at 11 a.m., that it looks possible, if not likely, that on June 15th, pretty much all COVID restrictions are going to go away, and that would include capacity limits, other than wearing masks indoor. If the capacity limits are lifted, as Beth just said, those capacity limits would no longer be in effect, and we could fit more people into the room. So it'd be very easy to go back to in person once those capacity limits are eliminated, as long as the 6-foot indoor distancing is abolished as well. If that goes away, we could easily fit everybody inside, even if everybody shows up moving forward. But again, this is a commission decision on whether you want to meet all in person or all virtual, and certainly staff will comply with whatever the commission, whatever your preference is.
Well, I'd like to go on record that if that June 15th becomes a new date for the powers to be in Richmond, that we possibly consider changing out June meeting date so that we can be included in that that change and come back to normal operations as close as possible.
And Garland, we'll monitor everything, and as we get closer, make that decision if we can meet all in person. Yes, sir, Hugh.
Thank you.
Is there another
Thank you.
venue that might be appropriate? We've done a couple of meetings in the larger conference rooms at the convention center. We did some SGA and the resort area mobility plan meetings there.
Yeah. Well, I just want to go on the record, and hopefully we can have some more discourse on that as we move forward.
And Hugh, we'll explore our options and see what's available as we get closer to that. Thank you. Definitely.
Thank you.
Any other questions at this time? Okay, let's go to the staff reports, and let's go to the out of school time program virtual tour and Camp 9/11 update.
Here we go. Harry and Shannon, I do have your PowerPoint up. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself first, and then I'll share the screen.
Well, you can go ahead and share the screen if you want. I'm Shannon Moore. I'm one of the coordinators with out of school time programs, and we are very excited to be here today to talk to you about the out of school time programs, what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on over to Harry right now.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you all again. I'm Harry Young, and I'm the other coordinator on the program side of out of school time programs. And we can roll to the first slide, or the second slide, if you don't mind, Beth.
Sure, it's going to be just a moment. It's loading.
All right, well, so while it's loading, as many of you know, we operate childcare programs from ages 2.5 on up to middle school. And we operate programs during the school year at all 56 elementary school locations, 55 elementary schools plus Old Donation School, as well as 2 middle school programs for before school. And we also operate during pre-COVID and post-COVID periods after school programs at 5 of our 7 recreation centers. In addition, we operate 4 licensed early childhood centers at various recreation centers across the city. I'll wait for the slide to catch up, slide 2. All right. During FY20, which was last year, we served approximately 4,500 participants during the school year. And you can go to slide 3, if you don't mind, Beth. And during a typical summer, we would serve in excess of 4,000 families at our 4 licensed early childhood centers during the summer, 14 school sites typically, and 5 recreation center-based programs. And I'll turn it back to Shannon.
And how do we make all this happen? Well, we have a great relationship with the Beach School System for almost 60 years now. That allows us to have the access to offer those programs in the schools during the school year and the summer. We also have a unique staffing structure. If you were to compare us to other child care programs, it's more aligned with more full-time staff than part-time staff. So like a 75% full-time and 25% structure. Our structure is just the opposite. We have about 35% supervisory staff, and the other is 65% program staff working in the program that are part-time. We also have currently right now, we have a computer electronic registration system, which has improved our customer service for all of our customers, and that we are ensuring that our staff are trained in order to operate child development programs and fun activities that we can offer during the school year and in the summer. You can go ahead and go to the next slide, Beth. We also are looking at our ratios, making sure that we have good ratios to our programs. Just to give you an idea, pre-COVID, our ratios were in our school age child 1 to 18. Our early childhood programs were 1 to 10. During COVID, we went to 1 to 12 and then 1 to 8 in early childhood. And we're proposing a 1 to 15 and 1 to 8 in the upcoming budget. We've seen that the change in our ratios have helped to improve program quality and safety. We do have safety standards that we are looking at and ensuring that staff are prepared and we're keeping the kids safe. Our programs are fun and our programs are very reasonable when compared to the others, similar in our fields. Now back to Harry.
And this brings us to why it matters. Childcare is critical to the economy. We're seeing now discussions of childcare as infrastructure, which is interesting because I think the COVID-19 pandemic has really brought home the importance of having safe care for your children needing to have that in order to go to work. We also know that childcare is a driver of the economy. It's interesting that a study by the Ford Foundation indicated that more people are employed in childcare than in either elementary and secondary education or higher education. That's pretty significant. As well, childcare allows parents to go to work. As far as the importance of childcare to families, typically for parents who have 2 children, childcare is their second largest household expense, right after rent or a mortgage. And we all know that childcare is critical to the development of children. We are a youth development organization, and we need to make sure that kids grow up healthy and safe. And while school does the heavy lifting, we also fulfill a really important part and component of the child's growth. So with that said, we'd like to let you all into our world a little bit and take you on a virtual tour of some of our sites. So I'm going to throw it right now to Ms. Iris Hatton, who operates, she's responsible for all of our early childhood programs. Iris?
Okay, Mr. Harry, I'm gonna try my best. Of course, as soon as you said throw it over to Iris, the connection on my mobile phone went down. So let me see what I can do with this laptop and maybe get it. I'm here at Kempsville Early Childhood, which is one of the 4 licensed programs Mr. Harry spoke on earlier. We have one here at Kempsville, Williams Farm, Bow Creek, Princess Anne. I think I got them all. I'm gonna give you the best I can on this laptop, a quick view of the little ones. Yes, they are. Can you all see?
Iris, we just see your background. You might be able to remove your background.
You look like the Flash, just moving around. Yeah.
All right, hold on. All right, is that better?
No, we're still seeing your background.
Okay, we can do that for you.
get you another pen.
Miss Iris?
All righty.
It's Kara here, Iris. Can I help you real quick? Hear me?
All right, so let's see if we can throw it to Sue. And Sue, once you finish, if I got my technology great over here.
Okay, I'll take over.
There we go. And we'll share a little bit in the chat function for you, Iris.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks, Sue.
Let's see where, I don't see myself. Can you see me? Yes. Okay. As long as you can see me, I'm not going to worry about seeing myself. I'm Sue. I'm a supervisor with Out of School Time, and right now I'm at Glenwood. It's one of our elementary schools. It's one of my more active schools, and they're really excited to show you my staff, Zach, Marie, and Haley. And all the kids are excited to show you one of their favorite games, Heroes and Villains. I'm going to walk into the gym. It's going to be a little loud, so I'm probably not going to talk while I show you what the kids are doing. Looks like they're setting up another game. Here we go. There we are. All right. So let me get my mask back on now that I'm in here.
Just one item is that if anyone's viewing from their own screen, you can select the one where Susan is speaking and you can move her to the stage so that you'll be able to see a little bit more of what's going on. Otherwise, you might be looking at a layout view and you're seeing a grid and she'll look very small. So you can select to pin her to the stage.
Okay, Glenwood, they're getting started on their game. This is one of our sites where the staff really let the kids plan the games, run the games, pick the games. They create a lot of their own games, and we really enjoy the kids here. They really have a blast. This is one of our bigger gyms, so they can really spread out and run around. There they go. Miss Iris, how you doing? We'll keep going here so we can show everybody the game. Oh, here we go. Might be choosing a winner. Sometimes we have to have a race to make it fair. Here comes Ramal. Hi, Ramal. Can you see yourself? Can you wave to everybody? Okay, there's Ramal, everybody. Some other guys. Uh-oh. We're famous. Okay, Miss Iris. Can I turn it back over to you, or are we going to go to Cassandra?
Let's go to Cassandra.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Suze.
Good afternoon. My name is Cassandra Taylor. I oversee the Zone 5 Bayside area and all the schools around it. Today we're at Luxford Elementary, which is one of our RISE programs. So we have RISE programs in all of our Title I schools. And essentially RISE stands for the acronym Recreation, Imagination, Socialization, and Education. And so we're very intentional about incorporating all four of those components into the after-school program here. In addition, you'll see one of the differences between the RISE program is that in addition to the educational component, we also partner with the schools and provide dinner. So I'm getting ready to flip my screen around and show you. We're here at Luxford, and we have half of the group is doing lava lamps. So that's their educational component for today. They'll mix oil and water, some food coloring, and make lava lamps. And then this other half over here is eating dinner. They've already done their lava lamp, and the other group's already ate. And so that's some of the kids that are here. In addition to that, we have a specialty presentation that we're going to do. We have a kids panel lined up. So I'll get ready to switch over to a different screen and introduce them. Y'all ready? Yeah, you got it. Don't be nervous. We're ready. Ready? Showtime.
Hi, I'm Ashley Black in fifth grade, and the person is the teacher who is kind and funny, and good idea that everybody gets to participate in the game.
Hi, is Luke, and things that I like about Parks is you can interact and what to participate in any game.
There you go. We are having a little bit of a time with the sound.
Hold on one.
Cassandra. Sorry for that. We're having a little bit of time with the sound. I don't know if it's a bit of a weak signal. I hope you don't mind if we might be able to start over.
Sure.
Could you ask each of the children to step forward towards the computer or the device when they speak, and then they can sit back down? That'll help with the audio.
You can go ahead.
I can start it now.
Try to the
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
yes.
All right, we'll go camera, phone route. All right, go ahead, man.
Hi, my name is Keaton. The thing that I like about Parks and Rec is I get to run around and participate in any game.
Thank you.
I'm in grade.
There we go. Might we get the microphone a little bit closer?
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi, my name is
There we go.
I'm in first grade, and the thing what I like about Parks and Recs is the teachers are really nice here, and we do really interesting things in Parks and Recs.
Great job. Thank you. The kids panel is here. If there's any questions or from the commission that you asked, they're ready to answer any questions.
Do we have any questions from the commission?
Yes, this is Commissioner Sharon Felton, and I would just like to thank you, Ms. Taylor, Ms. Cassandra,
Yes.
for all that you do for our students and how you're interacting with them. I do really appreciate it. I heard one of the students mention teachers, and can you hear me? Okay, great. What other programs other than your RISE program do you have for the students? And I'm looking more for in the essence of a tutoring program or a study hall program for the students that's coming to you during the day. Do we have that program still? And the reason I mentioned, because I do know you all were partnering one time with our program that we have now called Future Teachers, and they were coming in to tutor and help the students with their homework. Is that still in process?
No, Commissioner Felton, we don't have that partnership with schools any longer. At one point, there was a pilot program that was funded by the United Way, but after there were some changes in folk at the United Way and also folk at the school division, and that partnership unfortunately went away.
I'd just like to say too, Harry, Mr. Harry, I call you by your first name, that I do appreciate all that you do before COVID hit. I had the opportunity to go around to some of the schools and see all that you were doing, and to some of the rec centers, how you're working with your children. I just want to say thank you, and I hope that we can get that program back up and running again, because not only does it help the students, but it also help our future teachers in preparing their path for being teachers. And I just love all that the Park and Rec does for our public students, public school students. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And just to let you know, we are working with the United Way again, especially in that tri-campus area, and have built an even closer relationship with the school division throughout this COVID-19 pandemic. And so we are hoping that many other things come out of this reestablished relationship. So thank you very much for that.
You are so welcome. I am a commissioner, and I guess some of you also know that I am a school board member, but I'm speaking as a commissioner right now. I'm going to leave that other part of the school board to Mr. Freeman when he comes in. Also, Ms. Taylor, can you give me the acronym RISE? I'd like to hear that again so that I can report this to at my next school board meeting. Thank you.
Sure. RISE stands for recreation, imagination, socialization, and education.
Thank you so much. And again, thank you for all that you do.
Sure.
And Cassandra, since you have the mic, do you mind just telling the commission a little bit about Camp 911 and our plans for it?
Sure. One second, let me release them. They're anxious to go do their lava lamp.
Okay, we have one question for the kids.
Okay, go ahead, Eddie.
Cassandra, Commissioner Dolan would like to know from the children, what's their favorite recreational activity?
Favorite activity.
What do they like to do?
Which one?
Both of them. What's their favorite recreational activity?
Favorite recreational activity.
The games.
So Keaton likes the games.
Like when we are.
And she likes crafts.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, good job. Go ahead, back out. Excellent. All right, so Camp 911 is a program that we launched in 2019. So a firefighter with the Virginia Beach Fire Department came to Parks and Rec. At one point, she was in recruitment and diversity. And also as a female firefighter, she recognized both in recruitment and in her experience that there was a true gap in diversity coming through the pipeline. And talking to the firefighter high school recruits that they had, was pretty much every single kid in the fire department's cadet program had a family member or a close friend, role model who was already in the fire department. And so we were trying to put our heads together and figure out how can we reach a different diverse group of kids and get them really exposed to it. She was a very big picture thinker, and she knows fire, but she knows all of public safety was having the same challenges, but she didn't know what to do as far as the kids, the logistics, registration. So we had a really awesome partnership. Parks and Recreation partnered with all of the public safety offices. So police, fire, sheriffs, ECCS, EMS. So we worked together to put together this program, and we really wanted to be, what made it different than other camps to us was that we were very intentional about recruitment. We had our youth opportunities office who really specializes in teens and middle school and high school teens, has really good relationships with the school guidance counselors and principals of all of the middle and high schools. So she was able to go out and really talk to guidance counselors, principals, and really find kids that were had unique skill sets that may lend themselves to a career in public safety. So we were intentional recruiting the skills. We were intentional about recruiting in specific areas of the city where diversity was much higher. And we also were intentional about the number of spaces. So we split the number of slots in the program 50-50 for male, female. So that was one way that we could kind of make sure that it was pretty balanced. We launched the camp. It was a wonderful success. So we had it in summer 2019. The camp kind of broke down into 5 days, 1 week long. Access is something that's really important to us. And we know that the different locations that we were going to take the kids to, parents may or may not have transportation to get them down there. So to prevent that from being a barrier, we used our rec centers, Williams Farm, Oak Creek, and SeaTac Rec as drop-off points because we really pulled from those communities as far as kids. And really wanted to span across the city. And then we used our partnership with the public schools to secure transportation, so the buses, and really transport the kids. We went to the fire training center on Monday. On Tuesday, we went to the EMS training center on the boulevard. Wednesday, we went to the special tactics unit down on Seaboard for police. And then we went to Pungo Pizza on the way down to Creed's. And then we went to Creed's for like the SWAT training center and everything. And then on Thursday, we had ECCS in the morning. So they learned the call operators, what's the most important information. And then the afternoon, they went over to the sheriff training center. And every single day, we really tried to focus. All of it was hands-on. It was not lecture style. And it was pretty much a day in the life career type of camp. The kids learned how to drag hoses. They learned how to identify threats. They learned life skills as far as they learned compression only CPR. And so it was just a really well-rounded camp. And then on Friday, we did the day called, we called it Evolutions. And the kids were able to, we had fake calls at the fire training center where a call would come out. We had the kids actually were the ones answering the phone. They had to dispatch, the appropriate vehicle, so fire, EMS, to all these various calls. And then there was actually kids posted around the fire training center outside, and they would actually get in the vehicle and obviously not drive. We had staff driving, but they would drive the fire truck over to a scene, pull the hose out. So it was very interactive, very hands-on. The kids were so excited. The parents were so excited. And we definitely had some kids who were hesitant at the beginning of the week that were like, I don't want to be here. One child in particular, I just remember her so vividly. She was uneasy about going to police day because she just straight said, I'm uncomfortable with police officers, so I'm probably not going to come on Wednesday. And I was like, okay, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. We worked really hard with her, and she engaged with fire on fire day and she came and she loved it. And the interactions with all of the members of public safety, they got to experience interacting with kids in a setting that's safe and comfortable. And the kids got to experience those people on a day where they're in a controlled, safe environment and not just viewing them on, that child's potentially worst day. And so it was really a successful program. We plan to continue doing it. We had to cancel for summer of 2020, and we also canceled for summer 2021. But we hope in 2022 we will relaunch bigger and better and stronger than before.
Cassandra, thank you. That was an excellent overview. And I'll toot Cassandra's horn. She and the team just did an outstanding job in coordinating so many components. It's the most complex camp we've ever had to be involved with. And it was a success in every way you want to look at it. In fact, it was recognized nationally at a Transforming Local Government conference. It won an innovation award. So it's seen as a model for other communities. So thank you very much, Cassandra.
Thank you.
Miss Iris, are you available, or have we not been able to work out all the technology? All right, I'll take that as a no. Well, thank you all for allowing us to, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
It's going to have to be, I have to use my laptop, so it has to be a quick view.
Okay, awesome.
It's Mother's Day, so the participants are getting ready, making their Mother's Day crafts for their parents, for their mothers. And we have some over there. And enjoy their time. I see it. You want to split it again so you can see it? No, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Iris. We'll leave you all with a smile.
Mr. Harry, sorry, she wants to say something.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay, go
absolutely.
ahead. Go ahead. There you go. You tell them, what are you making? Thank you, Kennedy.
Harry, thank you so much. Great presentation on everything. What y'all do is just phenomenal and can't wait till everything's back to normal.
Thank you.
Commissioner Frenches, could I please ask a question, just a quick question? Sharon.
Absolutely.
Mr. Young, I am so impressed with the 911 program. Is it any way that I can get that information? I would definitely like to have this program presented to the Virginia Beach Public School Equity Council, which we reach a few other communities. I would like to make them aware of this, that we get our children more involved. I know you said that you're not having a program, but when you start it up again, or when it comes back around again, can we please have this presentation given to the Equity Council and our family and community communication engagement department? I definitely would appreciate that.
We would be honored to. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Does anyone else have any questions for Harry? And again, great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, let's go to the liaison reports from MYLA. Do we have anybody here?
Yeah, hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Ilias from MYLA. So basically, we're just really opening up some more events. So, for example, the MYLA recognition ceremony, the yearly recognition, we're holding that in person on the 7th. And then the YADAP team is continuing on with their run walk, the planned one walk. The Don't Start, Be Smart. Yeah, sorry. We're going ahead with that on the 22nd, and then we're going back to in-person general meetings.
Very good. I know we're all looking forward to getting back to normal. Anybody have any questions? Okay, thank you so much. Is Mr. Friedman here from schools? Captain Harris, are you here?
I am here.
How are you doing today?
Outstanding. Thank you for asking. Good afternoon, everyone. To begin with, I've changed my position within the police department. I'm now the captain of the detective bureau, so I'll be showing up in shirt and tie from now on. But I'll still be happy to come and work with you and liaison with the Parks and Rec department. It's my pleasure to participate with you all. Good news is we haven't had any significant police incidents or reports of crime from any of the Parks and Rec properties. So we're very happy to report that. And we're starting to have some preliminary discussions with the governor's possible recommendation that we'll be opening up almost fully in June. So that'll change some of our patrol tactics and whatnot with all the precincts, and you'll probably see more police officers in and out of the Parks and Rec properties and our major parks throughout the city. Like always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or ask me at this time.
Anybody have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. All righty. is Councilperson Wooten available? All right, I don't think she's here. For the foundation, Nick, you still on?
Yes, here. The foundation is slowly getting back to events. I think we're going to be trying to be at the mayor's bike ride on Friday, May 21st. We're going to set up a tent, and then we'll try to be at the Mount Trashmore bike event on the 22nd. But we're slowly getting back into events that we're able to participate in, and hopefully we'll have a golf tournament soon also. Other than that, that's about all we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Anybody have any questions for Nick? Okay, thank you very much. For the subcommittee reports, Open Space Advisory Committee, Jill, do we have anything?
They met in March, and I think I missed last month's meeting. I don't know if you guys got an update on that or not. They're kind of just reviewing what's going on with the current open spaces. A lot of the existing drainage improvements and stormwater stuff that the city's taking to try to mitigate a lot of that. They also have a meeting coming up on May 24th, so and I've got that one on my calendar, so I should have an update for everyone next month too. That's pretty much it.
Anything? Nick, was there anything different on there? Okay.
Yeah, did I think?
Thank you, Jill.
Uh-huh.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, for Bikeways and Trails Advisory Committee, Hugh?
Yep. Can I take this thing off if you guys?
I'm okay.
You're okay? Are you okay, Ben? Yeah, sure. Woo! Okay, way better. Well, good to see everybody, hopefully in real life person soon. Bikeways and Trails has met. The primary focus for the past few months has been Bike Month. We made a couple of baby steps this year. We got a calendar put together. The bike shops are all running full speed, trying to satisfy their businesses. So a few of the bike shops have events, and a few of the other jurisdictions like Norfolk are doing things. We did not put together a regional activity list like some of us had hoped we would, but we did take some baby steps. And I'm pleased to report that today we did the first electric bike training ride with the mayor, and he did survive. The launch trajectory was a little shaky, but we got on course, and we're looking forward to a successful bike with the mayor in 2 weeks, and hope all of you can come join us. And that's really all I have, unless anybody has some questions. Okay.
Any questions? Hey, Hugh, where will that launch from? Where will that start, the bike?
It will start right here at the Parks and Recreation building. It's almost exactly 3 miles down to City Hall, and then 3 miles back. It's 99% on multi-use path or sidewalk. We'll be on the road for a tiny little bit, but we will have Sheriff's Department and police providing escort. So we've done this in years past, and it's always been a very safe and enjoyable event, weather permitting.
Great. Thank you very much. Any other questions for Hugh? All right, thank you, Hugh. Now for the director's report, Michael.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just a couple quick things I wanted to mention to the group. The first one was, as Beth mentioned, she sent out the previous executive order, latest revision. We're at this point in the COVID pandemic, similar to the start of the pandemic, where things are changing quickly. When the pandemic first hit, it seemed that we would have an executive order, we would change our operations, and almost before we could make the changes, a new executive order was coming out with stricter or more restrictive guidelines. Then we got into a period during COVID where things were pretty much status quo for many, many months. And now we're in the period where executive order revisions are coming out quickly again to open things back up. So as Beth said, we sent you the one, we're currently under an executive order. A new one goes into effect May 15th, further loosening restrictions. And then today, the governor came out at 11 o'clock today and announced that by June 15th, pretty much if metrics hold and vaccinations increase and hospitalizations continue to decrease, that we will pretty much have all restrictions lifted other than wearing a mask by June 15th. That will have very significant impacts on our services in a positive manner. For instance, once the capacity limits are lifted, we can go back to pretty much normal recreation center operations. No longer will people have to make reservations. We would have full capacity. So we would be able to open up the gymnasiums, open up the fitness areas, the cardio equipment, the pools, back to a normal capacity, which will make our residents extremely happy. So hopefully that's the case. We're on that path now. We just recently brought back additional services, brought back indoor basketball, indoor volleyball, 4-person racquetball, 4-person volleyball on the racquetball courts. We've drop-in childcare was all coming back next month. And now I think with this latest announcement, we're going to pretty much be back to full steam ahead come mid-June if things hold true. So that is all very good news. In addition, group sizes are going up. Shelter rentals are pretty much at normal capacity now. And really the last thing we're looking for is increases on the group sizes for special events. So hopefully with the foundation and with Rick's team, hopefully we'll have a Party at the Pier event in August. Hopefully we'll have a foundation golf outing. Hopefully we'll even be able to have maybe 4th of July fireworks. That decision right now is currently being evaluated still. No final decision on July 4th, but hopefully that will happen. I'll let you know. So that's the latest on restrictions and COVID. I did quickly want to talk about the budget. Hopefully you saw the City Council reconciliation meeting. A lot of good news in there for all city employees as well as Parks and Recreation. One being that Park and Recreation employees as well as all city employees, excluding public safety, are looking to get a 4.5% increase. Public safety getting about an 8.5% increase on average. But that's welcome news. The city manager's recommended budget had a 3%, but that's going to be increased to 4.5%. So that's just great. You know, we, of course, city staff had no increases last year, and they've really done just an amazing job over the past year and a half dealing with the changes of COVID, still maintaining public services and dealing with everything from increased park visitation to providing essential city childcare to recently our rec centers being used as vaccination sites. Just a lot of people doing a lot of new things and helping out wherever they can. So we're all very happy to see the proposed merit increases coming in next year's budget. Also, 2 more things that are impacting Parks and Recreation. City Council did hear that, you know, we certainly have a large deferred maintenance backlog, and that there's certainly going to be in the very near future a time where we may be ripping out playgrounds and not have the money to replace them due to so many playgrounds being behind and with wear and tear, not enough capital funding. City Council in the reconciliation did add an additional $1 million to go towards playground replacements. What does that mean? That means that next year, instead of doing 4 or 5 playgrounds, we will be doing 12 to 16 playgrounds. So that's a big difference. We'll make a big dent in the backlog on playgrounds. Additionally, I don't think she's here, Councilwoman Wooten. I know Councilman Tower and others lobbied probably pretty hard, but we also got Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi proposal to have Wi-Fi installed at the PAC, at City View, and at the Mount Trashmore stage is also in the reconciliation budget. So this will be a 3-year phase-in where we would eventually add Wi-Fi to those sites. So that was a welcome change as well. So really good things happening with the budget in terms of Parks and Recreation. Any questions on budget before I move on real quick? Yep, go ahead. Mike, did you have a comment?
No.
Okay. Okay, just three more quick things I want to say is we had a really good Arbor Day celebration last week. We are a Tree City USA, and this was the 41st consecutive year of having that designation for the city. Really speaks to our efforts and the city's efforts throughout the last multiple decades to protect and increase our tree canopy. The mayor showed up for that. It was a very nice event out of Asheville Park. If you haven't seen, Woodstock Park will be opening on June 16th after being closed for 2 years. And that is one amazing facility. I had the opportunity to tour the site just last week with Chad Morris and Ken Chandler, Deputy City Manager. And it is an amazing facility. So if you haven't seen Woodstock, wait till you see it in a couple weeks. I do also want to introduce, on the line right now is Bob Adams. Bob, I don't know if you can turn your camera on, but Bob Adams is our new Programming and Operations Administrator. Go ahead and wave, Bob. So Bob replaced Shirley Deidler, who became Deputy Director, and Bob oversees recreation centers, child care, and parks and special events. Bob, you want to say a few words?
Well, I'm just happy to be here. I've been in Virginia Beach now for about 3 weeks, getting to learn all the different programs and meet all the staff, and I look forward to meeting you guys in the long run.
Thanks, Bob. And one final announcement I have is hot off the press. Most of the staff don't even know about this yet. But as of yesterday, the department was notified that we are a finalist for the Nrpa Gold Medal Award. So for those of you unfamiliar with the gold medal, this is I compare it to the Oscars. It's the Oscars of this profession. We are now a finalist. 4 cities will be the finalists, and we'll find out who our 3 competitors are. And then the gold medal winner is announced at the national conference in the fall. This is our 3rd year applying for this award. And it like I said, it's the largest award you can get to become a gold medal winning department. So I will keep you up to date. We'll have a press release coming out, and we'll find out this fall if we won the gold medal or not. But even being a finalist is a huge deal. It's like being nominated for an Oscar. If you're a nominated actor or actress, you put that on your resume, right? So even being nominated and being a top 4 finalist is a huge deal. We now have to prepare and submit a 5-minute video by June 1st. And the marketing team is working diligently starting yesterday to get this 5-minute video done and have it submitted. But congrats to it's a testament to our services, to the city, and to our staff for all the work they've done over the past 5 years. The award really looks at your last 5 years. And if you win the gold medal, you can't even reapply for 5 more years. Now, there are some departments in this country that are multiple gold medal award winners, as will we be someday. But first, we'll get our first one. So that's all I have. Thank you, Mike.
Good news.
It's great news.
Thank you, Mike. Congratulations. That's great news. That's awesome. All right. Anybody have any questions for Michael? Again, thank you very much. And again, thanks for all the staff for everything that y'all do and put together for us for the commission. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add before we adjourn? Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Got a second? All right. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Nays?
Aye.
Aye.
All righty, everybody. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Michael, what time is the Woodstock event?
Woodstock.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good one.